Hey there everyone, and welcome to this week's market update. Last week in El Paso County, we saw a total of 157 new properties come to the market. We saw 33 price increases. We saw 21 price decreases. We saw 32 homes that came back on market. Those are houses that were under contract that didn't make it all the way to close for one reason or another. And we also saw a total of 296 homes that sold and closed out completely. So this week again, we had another week where we were over 150 new properties. If we compare that to last year, we were seeing closer to about 250 to 300 homes that were coming to market, a little bit over last year. And that would have been before COVID actually shut down the market, and we saw very, very few homes coming to the market every single week. With about 300 homes sold, we're still seeing that reduction in number as well. Last summer, we were seeing anywhere from 400, 450, even up to 500 homes that sold and closed out every single week. However, the thing that we're running into now, it's not that we don't have the demand to sell that many units, it's that we don't have that much coming to the market every single week to keep up with the demand. Also this week, we're seeing on average that homes are selling for 103.2% more than asking price. That's 3% more than the asking price of where houses are listed. So looking at our numbers, with the median price being about $396, kind of the highest that we've seen for quite a while. The extra 3.2% on this in particular, that means that the average or even the median home is going to be selling for $12,000 to $14,000 over asking price, which is something that we're seeing very common in our market today. So again, for the time being, we're seeing kind of the same story for right now. We still don't have quite enough coming to market. We're seeing that number slowly increase. We're seeing that increase become more stable, which is good, but it's just not quite enough to meet the demand that we have in our market. We have been seeing a slight decrease as of late for fewer new mortgage applications going in. And what that means is fewer people are applying to get qualified for a mortgage as they've seen interest rates slowly kind of tick back up. Now, while interest rates aren't getting out of hand or anything like that, they are higher than they were about 2-3 months ago, even 4 weeks ago. One of the other things I'm seeing really becoming more and more common in this market is that sellers are paying for buyers' closing costs less and less. Now what that means is, let's say that I'm working with a client and they're looking to purchase a home. And a lot of times buyers will ask a seller for what's called concessions. That's money back from the seller out of equity for the seller to pay the closing costs for the buyer to close the loan. And even 2 years ago, when the market was still tight, where we saw homes going under contract in a matter of days, it was still possible a lot of times for a buyer to get their closing costs paid for, or at least half of it, or a portion, or something of that. However, in our market right now, that's becoming increasingly more difficult to do. Absolutely not impossible. It's something that still happens every single day. But for buyers that are out there right now, to put them in the best position possible, they want to be able to cover that $4,000 to $5,000 on average that's going to take to cover the closing costs for that loan. If you have any questions on any of the information I covered today, feel free to give me a call, send me a text, send me a message anytime. That concludes this week's market update, and thank you for watching.